Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. This is Neferkefri, the Positive Vibes Artist. I'm here today with my flip through for June of 2023 in my Hobonichi Cousin. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you enjoy your stay here and that you give my video a like and perhaps subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're enjoying my content. For today, I'm going to do a flip through of June, but very first thing, I wanted to show you guys something. Now, this is like I said, it's the Hobonichi Cousin. I jazzed up the cover using images from paper pads by Stamperia. And if you're unfamiliar with the Cousin, it begins with monthlies, then it goes into the weeklies, and then the dailies actually start back here. Take a look at 6 months in the Cousin. I journaled every single day except for one because I was just too sick that day to even get out of bed. So every page in here has got journaling on it. Back here, this is July through December. So this is what the Cousin looks like before you actually start to write in it. And then you just double the thickness of this for the dailies prior to having any ink, stickers, or washi. So they were about this thick when I originally bought the journal. And now, look. And basically the thickness comes, of course, from your use of washi and stickers, but I just thought that was really interesting. It's getting to be quite chunky. So we'll see how the rest of the year goes because it's getting so thick, it's getting to be really difficult to write near the margins. And so I'm losing some area, especially on the left-hand page when I write now. So I may actually turn it and start writing in that orientation. We'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys that. And now we're going to flip to June. Most of the inks I use are by Ferris Wheel Press, and I am a Jubilee ambassador for them. And my code is magical with a K, and I have it up here on the screen. If you use my code at checkout, you'll save 10% off your order, and you'll also be helping me a tiny bit, and my family and I would really appreciate it. And their inks are amazing. They are water-based. You can use them with a paintbrush and use them just like liquid watercolors if you like. They tend to have, a lot of them tend to have a shimmer to them, and a lot of people say they don't want to use shimmer inks because they'll clog up their fountain pens. I have a large, well, not a large, I have like about 30 fountain pens maybe. I've never had one clog from Ferris Wheel Press ink. So I really recommend them. And I always state the name of the inks here in the margin. So here we have Grape Ice Pop, which was actually the first ink I ever bought from them. It's a deep mauve. And then this is Tears of Sapphire, which is one of my ambassador inks I received in an ambassador package a few months ago. And these stickers here are from Lauren Phelps Designs. And she just has gorgeous stuff. And then what I do once in a while is I will use washi to kind of box up my pages. And the reason I do that is because I don't do it every day, you know, or every spread. It's because this area here, I use this mainly for gratitude. And so something I'm writing here, I'll either list them 1, 2, 3, or I'll just write up a little something I'm grateful for. You know, and I always state 3 things a day that I'm grateful for, and that's a daily practice I've had since pretty much the late 80s. And the reason being is because at that time, I was a graduate student at the University of California, Santa Barbara, and I was having roommate issues, and big time. I mean, one of my roommates tried to kill herself. It was really horrible. And I had issues with my department, the professors in my department. They basically were using their grad students as slaves to carry out their own research for them. So you were basically handed your topic for your master's thesis. You couldn't decide on your own topic. I mean, it was It was awful. I'm glad I got my degree and got out of there. I was there with the understanding of getting my doctorate once I got my master's. I was on a full fellowship, which would have continued on through my doctorate. I left when I got my master's. I was like, no, to hell with this. I can't take it anymore. It was so bad I had to take a year off. And then I went to grad school at the University of Texas, Austin, which is where I got my doctorate. And oh man, like night and day, that university is awesome. Oh, I loved my time there. I had a wonderful time there. Met my husband there. But anyway, getting back to gratitude and how I found it is I read about it in a book, and basically the book claimed that writing your gratitude every day, just 3 little things, and they can be as basic or as big as you want them to be, will increase your mood, it'll uplift your spirit, and over time, it will set you up to basically invite more good things into your life. The more gratitude you express, the more blessings will come your way, because you're expressing gratitude for them, and the universe likes to reward that. And I thought, I'll give it a shot, because at this point I was desperate. I was so badly depressed. I mean, I wasn't suicidal, but it was just, when you wake up every day crying, and as you trudge to campus, your footsteps get heavier and heavier and heavier, because you're going to have to deal with those professors. And plus, the other grad students were all, same thing was happening to them. And so nobody was having a good time there. It was just awful every single day. And I was there for 4 years. It was the pits. And, so I tried it. I tried it. And in the beginning, it was little things like, I'm grateful for my cup of hot chocolate in the morning. I'm grateful for my sandwich at lunch. And basically in the beginning, they really centered a lot around food, because at the time, that was pretty much the only positive in my life. It's very sad to say. It was just food. And so that's what I would state on my gratitude list. But as time went on, I started to express gratitude for sunny days, nice weather, view of the mountains from my apartment. The ocean is 3 blocks from my apartment. That sort of thing. The smell of eucalyptus every day, because there were a lot of eucalyptus trees that grew along there. They probably still do. I don't know. But so my ability to express gratitude grew, and it grew to include more and more things. And it helped me to realize my life wasn't as bleak as all that, and my mood did lift, so that by the time I was working on my actual master's thesis, I was in a much, much better frame of mind. So I was able to deal with it, because that in and of itself is a major stressor, to write your thesis. And then, like I said, as soon as I got that master's degree, I told my advisor, that's it, bye. She's like, yeah, I'll see you in the fall. Congratulations. And I'm like, no, you won't. I'm not coming back. And she's like, what? And then I told her exactly what I thought of her. And she was just like, what? And I said, goodbye. I turned around and walked out. Happiest day of my life to that point. So, like I said, I will box off my gratitude here. Sometimes, not always, but you'll see it once or twice more during the month. And I still do the practice every single day. So, and it's really opened up amazing opportunities for me and blessings, and I cannot tell you how it really does lift your mood. And if you don't do it already, I do hope you give it a try. And if you do give it a try, stick with it for a month, because it takes about 30 days to create a habit anyway. And give it a month and you'll see. I'm telling you, you will see. Here we go with some Lauren Phelps Designs washi again, and then these I think are from London Gifties. And these are London Gifties. This is actually a pet tape. And I think it's called Girls and Flowers or Girls with Flowers, something like that. But the word girl and the word flowers are in the name of this pet tape. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And it has a really long run of designs in it without repeating. I mean, like 20 different images or something. It's really impressive. So gorgeous. And here we have, I'm using a different brand here, Mont Blanc Royal Blue, which is this, which is actually, oh no, this is not Mont Blanc. This is the Mont Blanc here, which is actually a purple, even though they call it Royal Blue. So I thought that was interesting. And then over here is Blushing Mushroom by Ferris Wheel Press. And then here is, oh, The Fluttering Heart, which is also by Ferris Wheel Press. And here I just used some basic washi. You know, this is from the washi tape shop, and I forget where this is from. I think someone sent that to me as part of a Happy Mail package, actually. And this is the Purple Jade Rabbit from Ferris Wheel Press, which is an absolutely gorgeous silvery shimmer deep lavender color. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite color from them so far. And then this is Twinkling Tea Party, which is a deep forest green with a golden sheen to it. Just gorgeous. Even though I don't like green, still, it's gorgeous, I have to admit. Here is the Grand Central Skies, which is kind of like a lighter green, or kind of like a green teal type color, which is also very pretty. And here's Lauren Phelps washi, and along here we have Notebook Therapy. These stickers for the day names that I use once in a while, these come from Wise Minerva Studio. She's on Instagram and she has a website. I will try to remember to link to her below. It's my friend Elsa. She makes awesome stickers, and she has stuff that's more of a witchy feel to it. Really pretty stuff. She's a very talented artist. I love her stuff. And then here we have Midway the Magnificent. And isn't it magnificent? This is probably my second favorite color from Ferris Wheel Press so far. And this is one I bought before I became an ambassador. And it's just, I love it. I could use it all the time. I try not to. I really limit my use for it in this. I have another personal journal that I also use, and it's mainly with Midway the Magnificent. And then this over here is Blue Suede by Private Reserve. And again, I found out, I didn't know if I wasn't sure if it was water-based. Now I know it is, because I sweated over here because I'm a lefty. So I wrote my gratitude first. I usually write it last, because as I go over my day, it reminds me of what I'm grateful for, and then I'll list it in my gratitude. But for some reason, I wrote the gratitude here first. So as I was writing over here, and my hand was resting here on the page, and I sweated a bit. So that's why it's kind of smeared there. Here we have some really ancient washi. This comes from Michael's, and by ancient, I mean it's like 15 years old. Still sticks. And we have little stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. So her stuff is cute too. And this is also from her. And the inks here are the Purple Jade Rabbit, the Fluttering Heart, Tanzanite Sky, which is kind of an interesting variegated bluish purple color, like Tanzanite. Actually, Tanzanite right here. A gift from my husband. So let's see. Oh, here I'm talking about going to Little Craft Place. Yeah, Little Craft Place is a shop that's about 20 minutes from my house. They're in Tomball, Texas. This is the place that is basically washi tape heaven. It is literally 2 long walls of nothing but washi tape, from one end of the shop all the way to the back of the shop. And it's mind-boggling. The first time I went to that shop, I told my husband, oh, I've heard about this new shop on Instagram. I'm going to go check them out. They're in Tomball. I should be back in about, 90 minutes, 2 hours tops. He's like, okay. I walk in, my mouth drops open, and I'm just standing there. And the owner, Ian, was looking at me. He says, "First time here?" And I'm like, "Why? Do you see this often?" He says, "Oh, yeah." And I was there for 4 hours. 4 hours. And my husband, he called me about 2 hours into my stay there. He said, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Stuart, this is where washi goes to die, okay? I'm going to be here a while." And he's like, "Oh my God. Okay, as long as you're safe." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm perfectly fine." Yeah, it took me 4 hours, my first shopping trip there. And then on subsequent trips, I'm usually not out of there in less than 90 minutes because there's just so much stuff. And then they've got stickers, and they sell a lot of stickers from Etsy sellers, which is really cool. You know, they're supporting small shop owners, and they have notepads, they have watercolors, they've got journals. I mean, it's just, oh, it's incredible. If you're ever in Tomball, Texas, you've got to go. Got to go. They also have an online site too, so you can order from them online. Again, they are called Little Craft Place. They had an event the weekend of the 10th where they had some creators come. One Ton in a Million was one of them. And I don't remember who the other two, Simply Gilded was another one. I'm trying to think who the third one was. Anyway, we got to meet them, and it was really neat. They were giving away free stickers and stuff, and I met, oh, is her name Cynthia or is it Cindy? So sorry, I'm bad with names, but she's the artist behind One Ton in a Million, and you'll see some of her washi later on. And I was able to tell her to her face that I love your art. It is so cute, and it uplifts my feed every time I see it. You know, it just brightens my feed, and that really touched her. And I was glad I was able to tell her that. You know, us artists, we're delicate souls, and hearing that from someone, you know, it means a lot. It does. It really means a lot. But I just love her stuff, and so that was really fun. And here I have a spread with stickers from those hardcover sticker books that you're seeing on Amazon. And I don't have the exact sticker book here with me because this happens to be downstairs right now, but it's one of these, and it's got florals in it and insects and stuff. But these are really, really nice. If you've been wondering about the quality, all the stickers are kiss cut, and they're full color. They peel out very easily, and the backs of the pages are really pretty. You can even save this and use that for journaling and stuff. And it's nice quality paper, even on the back. So I really recommend them. And I'm thinking that, you know, eventually when I do use up all the stickers in here, and they say it's over 1,000, so it'll take me a while. I'm thinking of saving the cover and then turning it into a hardcover junk journal. I think that would be cool. But those are those. I will try to remember to link to them down below so you can check them out over on Amazon. So, and this washi, I don't remember where that's from either. That's an older washi. Oh, no, it's not. It's stickers. I still don't remember where they're from, but this is a sticker. Okay, here we have the brown here is Workshop Wishes by Ferris Wheel Press. This is, of course, Midway the Magnificent. And here is the Purple Jade Rabbit. These are my two favorites. And I really like Workshop Wishes, even though neutrals are not my thing. Purple's my favorite color, and then from there I go from blues to pinks. But this color is just really pretty. And these stickers are the, is it June? Yeah, the June kit from Nanny of Paper Minty Studio. Very talented artist. This is all her artwork here. And I was thrilled out of my mind that she finally decided to do some brown-skinned women in her stickers and in her pet tapes, because you don't see them. And I happen to be of Mexican-American descent, and it is so hard to find anything with brown-skinned women. You can find, you know, African-Americans. I'm starting to see more and more Asians. I don't see us Latinas being represented very much. And see, I even have, look, a brown-skinned woman. Shocking. So, it's really cool. And then she has, this is a washi tape here that I cut up like stickers and use it. So I love these bottles. You know, I'm going to use these in my Book of Shadows and my grimoire. They'll be perfect in that. And then this is, again, that Royal Blue by Mont Blanc, which is really a purple. And we have Morning Glory Glow from Ferris Wheel Press. And here we have the ink. These are in my, is it Kaweco? I don't know. But there are the inks in these pens. So I have the Private Reserve turquoise in this one and the Levenger purple cartridge ink in that one. I love these pens. They write like a dream, really. Oh, and they're affordable. Now this one I got in a monthly subscription, so I think it's like a special edition. It's a metal pen as opposed to plastic. So I think it retails for like $90 or $95 or something, whereas this one is plastic, and I got it off of Amazon for like $27. And they're nice and compact. I don't mean for this to turn into a review, but look, how cute is that? I love these pens, and they write great. So those are the pens these two inks are in, just in case you're curious. Here we go, the big birthday celebrations. Mine is on the 19th. The day before mine is my favorite singer, Paul McCartney. So I was upset with my mom because she couldn't have me on the 18th so we could have the same birthday. But the poor woman was actually in labor with me for 2 days. So, and that was back in the day when they would basically, unless the woman was, you know, in distress or the baby's heart was in distress, they would just let you lay there and suffer. Yeah, so 2 days. I was in labor for 14 hours, and that was more than enough. But, yeah, I couldn't believe it. You know, Paul McCartney is 81. He's 81. I took my daughter to see him in concert last May, and so he was going to turn 80 in a month, okay? Now, this is the 6th time I've seen him. It's my daughter's 2nd time. Her first time was in 2012. He came and played Minute Maid Park here in Houston. It's where the Houston Astros baseball team plays. And so I took her again. She really, really wanted to go. And I'm not the type of mom who that's all she heard was Paul McCartney. She has her own musical tastes, but of course she knows the best when she hears it. Anyway, took her to the concert. We had a great time. That man, that 80-year-old man, played like he was 40. I mean, you just watching him. And at one point, my daughter turns to me and says, "Mom, they make a mistake about his age." I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe him." You know, and he went through the whole concert, no intermission. And he always will take like a 5-minute break for an encore. So he will leave the stage for about 5 minutes and then come back and do a 3 to 4 song encore. This concert was no different. He played the whole time. He played 2 hours. Took his 5-minute break, came back, and he ended up putting on a show. The longest I've ever seen him play was 2 hours and 40 minutes. He played for 2 hours and 52 minutes. And he was about to turn 80. And it was just amazing. It's just amazing. Now, of course, his voice isn't what it used to be. And so now he's got to choose songs that are more in his register now that he's older, songs he can still do. But I mean, he was just remarkable. And I'm not just saying that from a fan. Everybody was saying that afterwards. Everybody was just bowled over impressed. Seriously. I mean, he's got to be the poster boy for being vegan, you know? I mean, he's vegan. He's been vegan since, like, I think the mid-70s, late 70s, something like that. I'm not, so I don't think I'm going to be putting on concerts when I'm 80 years old. Even now, and I can't believe I turned 60 on the 19th. 60. Do I feel like 60? No. But then what is 60 supposed to feel like? Or like when I turned 50, what is 50 supposed to feel like? When people hit those big milestone numbers, are like, oh, I'm 40 now. Oh, I'm 50, 60, whatever. And a lot of people have the attitude that it's kind of like a downer. And I'm like, hey, man, you made it to this age. You could have been hit by a truck or whatever, I mean, there are many, many people who don't make it to that age. And so me being 60, I'm like, hey, I'm 60, cool. I don't feel like I'm 60. I don't know what 60 is supposed to feel like. If someone were to ask me, Nefer, how old do you feel? I would have to say, well, I'm thinking. First of all, I don't feel 60. Not that I know what 60 should feel like, but I don't feel 50, even though I don't know what 50 should feel like. Do I feel 40? Okay, I'd say I feel 40, maybe 42-ish. Yeah, I would say that. However that is supposed to feel. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm 60. I just cannot believe I am 60. This is covered up. Now, this was the day after my birthday. I had a really nice birthday. And actually, we've been kind of celebrating off and on since last month because May, we had Mother's Day. So that was celebrated. And then the 22nd was our anniversary. Is it 27 years now? It might be 28. I don't know. 28, 27, 28, something like that. And so we celebrated that and kind of kept celebrating. And then we took a little celebratory break in early June. And then my birthday came. And so we celebrated around that. Then the next day, something really, really awful happened. Really awful. And it opened my eyes to stuff that had been going on for a while that I was unaware of. And so I wrote about it here, and I wrote about how crushed I am, and I still am. And I'm basically finding ways to deal with it because it's something that's never going to go away. And it's something that cannot be undone. And it's something that saying you're sorry for rings incredibly hollow. So let's just leave it at that. You journal and sometimes stuff comes up, and I actually have another journal that I would never show on my channel or anywhere else where I really pour my feelings out, and I went on about this for literally like 20 pages, and it is a B6 size journal, and it's got 20 pages written about what happened on June 20th. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next day. You can see how, again, I'm kind of boxing up my text with the washi. This, again, is Create with Pen washi. So I've got my gratitude here. Oh, yeah, what happened with the electricity? Did it go out? We had a power outage. We had a very severe storm in the month. Yeah, it went out on the 21st. So 2 days after my birthday, and around 10:15 at night, our power goes out, right? And we're having a really bad storm outside. And I mean, the trees, I have 2 red maples in my backyard that my husband was sweet enough to plant for me 15 years ago so I could have my own change of seasons right here in my backyard, because in Houston, we don't get the change of color in the fall. Everything pretty much stays green all year round because it's always so freaking hot here. Well, the red maples will show a change of color as soon as it starts to get cool, but I don't get my fall till like Thanksgiving. And I'm originally from Illinois, so I'm used to the change of color. And my red maple trees are now really huge and 15 years old. They're as big as this house. The branches, they were going like this. And I mean, I was in the house freaking out thinking, my trees are going to break. I was praying so hard, and I was sending healing energy, Reiki to my trees. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I was like, please, oh, hold on, trees, this will go away, it'll go away. I was praying so hard. Luckily, we only lost a few little twiggy type branches, so my trees were fine. My neighbor's trees, oh my God. 2 houses down from me, they still have a branch hanging off the top of their tree. That tree is older than mine because that was planted by the builder when he built these houses 21 years ago. So that tree is 21 years old. They still have big branches broken off from it that are just hanging from woody threads on the tree. And one of them looks like it's about to fall on their house. I actually went down there the other day and told them that. They're like, yeah, we're aware, thank you. And I'm like, okay, you need to get up there, take care of that branch before it does break off. But okay, at least they know, But yeah, and then the tree in that same neighbor's front yard, oh, we had some lightning strikes really, really close to the house, one of which shook our house. It was their tree. It got struck by lightning right down the center of the trunk. It was split to the ground. Yeah. And they were out there the next day. Some very industrious lawn crew was going through helping people sort out their tree branches that were all over their property now. And basically, they could not save that tree. They ended up having to take it all the way down to the ground. There's just a stump in their front yard now. It's really sad because, again, that tree had been as old as the houses here in this subdivision. So yeah, that happened on the 21st. The power goes out around 10:15. Well, we go to bed thinking, oh, it's going to come on sometime during the night, right? Wake up the next morning, no power, no AC in Houston. Not only that, but we don't have any refrigeration. Our chest freezer in the garage has not had any power to it in almost 12 hours now. And we're like, oh my God. My husband, he bought a small generator from someone for like $150. And he was like, I'm going to have to rig it up. I have the extension cords for the fridge and the chest freezer. Sorry, I can't do anything about the AC, but we can at least save our food. And so that's what we did. We got the generator going in the garage, opened both garage doors, because of course you can never, ever, ever use a generator in an unventilated area. It will kill you, okay? You got to always have a door open or the windows open or something, or put it out on the back porch or whatever. So, yeah, we saved our food, and then the power did not come back on until the next night at 10:15, which was literally to the minute of when it went out the night before. So we had AC just in time to go to bed. And that AC ran and ran and ran. I keep it between 75 to 77. And it got up to 87 in the house that day. And luckily, it wasn't super hot that day outside because we had had the huge storm the night before, and that storm had really cooled off the weather. But still, it got up to 87 in here, and we were fairly miserable. So it really affected my knees. I have inflammation in my knees and swelling, and they swelled up so bad and were so painful. Both of them, I had trouble walking. Really had a lot of trouble walking. So here I go again, boxing my page again. Now this one I didn't like. I don't know if it's because of the washi I used or what, but I'm thinking maybe I should have put some stickers. I think that's what it is. It just gives this spread a very stark look. So I won't be doing that again. I'll have to throw in some stickers. I don't know. But then I have my gratitude. Power restored at 10:15 p.m. So we had AC for sleeping. Grateful for how well the generator worked on only 1 tank of gas. We didn't need to refill it until 8:30 p.m. It ran for 14 hours. Grateful for the grill. Yeah, because I do have a gas stove, but without electricity, the oven's not going to turn on. Now I could get the pilot lights to turn on for the stovetop, but my husband grilled that night, so that was fine. We ate well, And then next day's gratitude, always grateful for art and journaling, which I am, because I love creating art. I love playing with paints and pencils and pastels and all that stuff, and journaling and using ephemera and stickers and washi and all that. It's just fun. It's a nice release. You know, it takes your mind off things. And then I say, I'm so happy to have discovered Benu fountain pens. Oh my gosh, Benu pens, they are amazing. I'll have to show you in another video, but they are, oh, they write like a dream. Kaweka is great, and Benu, oh gosh, I just love their pens, and they're so gorgeous. And then I say, grateful to be painting again and hoping I can stick with it. Yeah, I kind of had a hiatus in my painting, you know, because in order to be creative, you got to feel like it, you know, and I just didn't feel like it. I was just starting to create stickers. I've established a little sticker shop for me online, positivevibesartist.com. Positive Vibes Artist is all one word. I just had very few stickers there because I was just starting out, right? And I was in the middle of designing stickers for my spring line when my printer had a problem and decided it wasn't going to work anymore. So I didn't have a way to manufacture those designs as sticker designs for sale. And so that kind of took the wind out of my sails, because it happened basically right at the beginning of my business. And so that kind of sent me into kind of a downward spiral regarding my art, my painting. But I'm back at it now, and looking at other printer options. Now that I have a teeny bit of money, I can afford it, kind of. So we'll see. But yeah, so I am back at painting. I like to participate in painting challenges on Instagram. So I was doing that for a while, and that was fun. And again, it got the creative juices flowing again. So I'm grateful for that too. But here is again, Midway the Magnificent. Here's Twinkling Tea Party. Here's Tears of Sapphire, which is really cool. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got kind of a red sheen. So, I hope I didn't just lose focus because my phone's about to die, so it was telling me the battery's low. But Tears for Sapphires, it's got a red sheen, and it's a very pretty color. I love it. And this is Purple Jade Rabbit, of course, which is my other favorite. This again, private, because it was more fallout from the Jelly Plate page. So I've got that covered up. And then for Sunday the 25th, I'm using Workshop Wishes, again by Ferris Wheel Press, and I've decided to step above this mess. So I put down, I am blossoming. Because I am, regardless, I am blossoming. Repatha, yeah, I have high cholesterol and I can't take statins. One of the side effects from statins is severe muscle pain and cramping, and I got that a few years ago when put on Questor. And so my doctor was like, okay, you can't have statins then. And back then they didn't have Repatha. That's a new drug. Excuse me while I shut my door right quick, because my husband just came home and I don't want him hollering up at me and getting on my video. But this is a newer drug, and it either works for the person or it doesn't. There's like no in between. And it's an injectable, and my doctor had wanted to put me on it back in December. And I was telling her, no, because it's an injectable. So once it's in your system, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, you know? And she was like, it won't affect you like the statins. I'm like, you don't know that. It's for cholesterol, right? You don't know if it's not going to do anything to me. So I was really nervous about taking it, but then I thought, you know, I really have to do something. I don't want to end up having a heart attack or a stroke. My parents both had high cholesterol. Plus, I'm Latina, and Latinos, they tend to have that propensity for cholesterol problems. My mom had 3 mini strokes, and my dad developed heart problems at the end of his life, and that's pretty much that, and Parkinson's is what killed him. So I was like, I don't want to get that. And I thought, well, I guess I will suck it up and try it. So even though I was supposed to go on it in December, I did it June 26th. I sucked it up. I went to the pharmacy and got it filled. It comes like an EpiPen in a plastic dispenser with a cap on it. You pull the cap off and there's a needle up inside it, and you put it on, clean your skin off really good with alcohol first, and you set it on your skin and you make your skin taut. Oh, look, I've got ink all over my hand, probably from touching my journal. My hands were clean when I started this video, I promise. Anyway, you put it against your skin and you make your skin firm by stretching it out, and then with your thumb, push the plunger, it pushes that needle and the medication in you, then it hurts like holy hell for 2 minutes and you think you're gonna die, and then it's all over. At least that was my experience. One of the side effects is that you can feel like you've got the flu. And sure enough, about 4 or 5 hours later, I started to feel sick. I started to get dizzy. I got headachy. I got some real mild body aches. And I was telling my husband, I just don't feel good. And he says, yeah, I think after that shot, you need some comfort food. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, will you get me some Sonic? He says, sure. So he got me Sonic. I had Sonic and suddenly I was cured. So Sonic has curative powers. But yeah, that happened. Well, then that night, we were watching The Last of Us, and we are always late to the party, when it comes for streaming. We have all these streaming services, and it takes us a while, to get to the popular shows. So we're just getting into it. We're like 3 or 4 episodes in at this point. So we're watching it that night when I had the Repatha, and I'm up there with my feet up on the couch. And when it was over, I go to get off the couch, and all of a sudden my right foot just cinched up completely. And it was like, you know how you ball your fist? That's how it felt my foot was. My foot felt like it was in a ball. And I was looking at my foot. It wasn't. It didn't look any different, but it felt like it was in a ball. And you know how you can lift your foot like this? I could only do this. I could barely lift it at all. And then the pain would just shoot across the top of my foot and up my leg. And I was like, oh my God. And my husband's like, what's the matter? What's the matter? And I said, I can't move my foot. It's like completely cramped up on me or something. And he's like, well, let me see if I can rub it for you. He was so sweet. So he was rubbing my foot, right? Now, a little backstory about him. Let me take a drink first. Okay, my husband was raised a born-again Southern Baptist, which basically is as Christian fundamentalist as you can get without being an actual fundamentalist. He's also a Virgo, very pragmatic, practical, down-to-earth, very science-oriented. And he's a former banker, so conservative to the hilt, right? So he marries me. I'm the polar opposite. I'm into metaphysical stuff, spirituality. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a professional tarot card reader, an artist. I'm as far removed from how Stuart was raised as you can possibly get. And so he's over there rubbing my foot, and every once in a while he'd look off to the side, and it was like he was listening to a conversation or something. And I started to recognize that in him as he was rubbing my foot. He was still talking to me, but every once in a while he'd look off to the side, and then he'd kind of move his hands to a different spot on my foot and continue to massage it. And then I realized what he was doing, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to break the flow. But what he was doing is he was listening to the voice of spirit. Now, I'm a trained spirit medium as well, and when spirit speaks to me, if it is a deceased loved one, they will come in to from my left. So basically, I kind of hear them through my left ear. If it's coming from a spirit guide or an angel, they come in from the right side. And so Stuart was tilting his head and kind of listening off to the right side. And I was like, oh, this is new, because he's always poo-pooed this stuff. And for years, oh my God, for years he would call me witchy poo. I absolutely hated that. And he would make fun of what I do. And then he had some problems at work, and I was like, do you want me to light a candle for you? And he was like, yeah. He was so desperate. He's like, yes, you have my permission. I did, and the problems went away. After that, he's never made fun of me again. But So he's massaging, looking off to the side, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And then he's done, and I go to stand up. My foot feels fine now. And he says, okay, now I'm being told you need to walk around. And that phrase didn't even strike me at first. Now I'm being told. And I just said to him, oh, okay. So I start walking back and forth. And then it struck me. He just said, I am being told. I said, Stuart, do you realize what you just did? He's like, well, I massaged your foot, and I listened. I'm like, yes, you listened. Keep it up. Those are your spirit guides. Those are your angels. They told you how to rub my foot. And he's like, yeah, because I just had the impression I should put my fingers here now. I should move my fingers over here now. I should rub this way. I should rub that way. I said, that's what you do. Listen, listen, listen. And he was like, okay. It was really awesome. It was absolutely fantastic. I was so proud of him. So that's what my gratitude is there. I say mind blown gratitude for Stuart. Finally hearing and listening to his spirit guides. I am so happy for him. I can't read my own writing. He acted so surprised to receive spiritual guidance. Thanks, guides. So that was just really cool. And I still talk about food and my gratitude all these years later. I have here grateful the live in my membership group went so well. I'll talk about that in a second. Grateful the steak was still fresh. Dinner turned out good, and Stuart made a yummy salad. But yeah, on my birthday, I launched a spiritual mentoring membership. And I will turn the page and talk about that. This is One Ton in a Million washi here. And this is new ink from Ferris Wheel Press that will be available July the 7th. If you use the code MAGICAL, it's up on the screen here, you save 10% and you help me and my family out a little bit too. And we would really appreciate it. This is Hampton Harbor Sage, and this is Song of Scarlet, which is a really pretty deep red. Sorry, my allergies. Ugh. So that's that. Here we go to the next page. And about my spiritual mentoring membership. I've just started it, debuted on my birthday on the 19th. I already am up to a dozen members. And what it is I basically encapsulate my 40 plus years of experience of living a spiritual life, of being a card reader, of being a magical practitioner, a Reiki master teacher, a published author artist. I combine all that for my members and provide for them services through the membership that they get every month as part of their membership. They get a reading for the energy of the month and what to expect from it, how to deal with it, how to use it, how to cope. And they get a lot of other perks as well. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But like the other night, the live I mentioned, where is it? Here, that went well, is I actually took them through a little emotional healing spell that I did with them as a group and for them. And I had the materials there, explained what all the materials were, why I was using them, their magical uses, and then went ahead and took them through the little spell with them. And they were all, they really enjoyed it. That was the first one. And I will be doing that on a monthly basis too. And then it teaches them how to do it for themselves. And that's the whole point to my membership. I don't ever want anyone to be dependent upon me, you know, for readings or spells or whatever. I want them to be able to do it for themselves. So I'm going to be teaching them how to read tarot cards, how to read Lenormand cards, how to read oracle cards, you know, how to work with candles and herbs and oils and all that, and how to harness the positive energies of the universe to help them manifest their dreams without them having to depend on someone else to do it for them. So it should be a lot of fun. I've got so many plans, This washi here, I have no idea where it's from. I know where I got it though. This was wrapped around some items in an order from Starseed_Homestead. I'll try to remember to put her Instagram handle here too. Her name's Quinn Boulay. She holds Instagram lives approximately once a month. She curates the coolest spiritual stuff ever. So I really like her stuff. It's all really high quality. I'm just reaching out here to get my cord because my phone is about to die. I have an older phone and the battery just, it freaks out once in a while. It'll be at 38%, suddenly it'll go down to 2%. But yeah, she curates the coolest stuff. I mean, I've bought crystals from her and card decks. She makes journaling kits. I've bought journals from her. And actually, here's some jewelry that's right here that I bought from her. These bracelets here, they are gorgeous. This is moonstone, and this is black tourmaline. This is also moonstone, a different variety. And then this is my favorite stone, amethyst, my favorite because it's purple. My favorite color. So, yeah, so I really recommend her. The quality is always top notch. And so this washi was wrapped around stuff that was in my order. And then these stickers actually come from her latest journaling kit that was offered during her live sale for June. She is not going to have another live sale until August, by the way. She's taking a little break for summer, but she'll be back. And this again is the Levenger purple cartridge. And this is the Private Reserve turquoise. And that brings us to June the 30th. My gratitude is my daughter is finally moving back to Spring. She's moving back into town. She went up to Dallas 3 years ago to study. And she's coming back home. I'm so happy, so excited. Tomorrow's the big day, so I have to go. And I'm having some groceries delivered because I'm ordering a bunch of Powerade because it's been in the hundreds here, and I hope we don't all die tomorrow. I'm moving this stuff into her apartment. So this is Hampton Harbor Sage again, and this is washi tape from Create with Pen. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if there's anything on my channel you want to see, let me know. As an artist, I use numerous types of mediums. I basically use everything except for oils because I can't stand the smell and they just take way too long to dry. So if you want to learn how to use a particular artistic medium or something, let me know in the comments below. And if I know how to use it, I'd be more than happy to put a little tutorial together for you. So that's it for June. Please come back for July. My next video will be a journal with me that I'll be doing. That's in a smaller journal of some witchy stuff. And I should have that posted to my channel in about a week. So thanks a lot for watching. This is Nefer Kefri, the Positive Vibes Artist, wishing you a blessed day and a blessed July ahead.